It's currently raining in space, and I had to park the Enterprise because my windshield wipers are not working. I'm inside, and I saw Star Trek The Animated Series Episode 4, The Lorelei Signal. It is directed by Hal Sutherland, written by Margaret Arman. If you haven't seen this episode, I will spoil it for you. This episode starts with following the USS Enterprise as they're investigating a section of space where a bunch of people keep disappearing every 27 years. So they go there, and then they hear this musical signal. It's a low hum. Only the men are affected. They start feeling euphoria. They have auditory and visual hallucinations. All positive. All about women, by the way. Kirk's like, let's go to that planet. And so they go to the planet, and guess what? There's a bunch of women on that planet. My first thought when all the men were affected, I was like, this is obviously an all-female planet. Women use their sexuality to their advantage. Men have physical strength. Women have sexuality. So, of course, women would use their sexuality to slurp on the life forces of these guys. And that's exactly what happens. They go down, they beam down, even with all the warnings in place. We got Spock saying, man, my readers, they're not doing good. I don't got no good signal. I shouldn't be next to that. There's a large structure over there. We shouldn't get closer to it at all. And Kirk's like, how about we just go over there? I'm like, bro, what's the point of having somebody give you facts and figures? As leader, if you're just not going to use it, you're just going to be like, it's all right. It looks fine. I'm like, bro, no. I get it. He's under the spell of these women. He goes to the women. And the women are like, oh my goodness, I can't believe it. You guys, we need your help. But first, let's celebrate that you're here. I'm like, classic diversion. They're going to eat you, bro. They're going to eat you after they feed you. This is how it works. Uhura and Nurse Chapel are the only chicks noticing that the senior officers are not doing well. Even Scotty is affected. He's just like, oh, I'm singing. Ooh. Uhura's like, I'm taking control of the ship. He's like, oh, that's nice. That's a nice thought of you to say. And Uhura's like, no, something serious is going on. You're going to die. And I'm like, I appreciate your seriousness, Uhura. I am totally on board with this. I didn't think I would ever get to see an all-female search team in animation. I think there was once in the original series where there was an all-female search team, but that was very specific, and this is also very specific. So Uhura beams down the search team, it's all women, and she's like, yo, we have a big old ship with a big old gun, and if you don't comply, we're gonna shoot you. And then we get the waterworks. So apparently there is this big war, and the men were weakened. I guess all of the men all over the place were weakened. And all the women just were like, well, I guess we're just going to suck these guys' energy to live. And then that's what they did, and I guess that grants them immortality. I find the species interesting because instead of telekinesis, being able to read somebody's brains, they can affect the emotions of somebody, and it's evolutionary too. I think these chicks were bound to take over the male species. So of course they're like, well, we don't want to be immortal. Uhura's like, you know, you don't have to. I think it's just the aura of this planet is whack, but we can help you. And they're like, oh my goodness, yes, please. We need help. We want to be able to reproduce, because there's a few chicks over there. We want to be able to reproduce. It feels so boring being static and immortal. And I'm like, I agree. It's static to be immortal, because immortality is a curse. Wow, you're living forever? Wow, no reason to do anything. If you're just going to be alive forever, why would you leave your house? The reason to do things is to do it before you die. And then on your deathbed, you don't regret anything, okay? That's the freaking point. Uhura saves all of these men from the influence of these naughty women. I like how genuinely excited these chicks are. I really thought that when she was telling the story to Uhura that it was a whole rope-a-dope, it was a deflection, but no, this was this chick's final move that she had. She's like, okay, well, we're going to die. Might as well tell you what's up with our life, how we got here. If you're going to kill us anyway, then might as well share my story. And I get that idea. And I'm excited to see if they've improved their lives in future episodes. Who knows? I liked this episode. I'm not usually into girl boss stories. This is a good one. This is a good girl boss story. And Uhura is not annoying about it. She's just responsible. She does what she needs to do. She sees that all the men are in danger. She's like, I have to protect this ship. And I know that my captain would appreciate that I did this, even if I'm going against the Federation line of command directly at this moment. I like this episode. What do you think of Uhura? I gotta give this episode, it's a 6.9 out of 10. If you like this review, watch another one on the platform you like. So $20 Dinos, patreon.com/ASEPresents for 1 movie review for 1 month. Go to the link tree to support the daily grindiness of all them daily movies, so go here. And until next time, Inside Saw, I'll see you later, my sour croutons and bacon bits. Beam me up.